scared me far less than this one.
Marvel finally released the first official trailer for Avengers Doomsday, and the reaction is more divided than the studio expected. The footage gives us returning Avengers, the X-Men entering the MCU in a major way, and our clearest look yet at Robert Downey Jr. as Dr. Doom. But after months of hype, some fans are asking the same question: does this really feel like the next Infinity War level event? The trailer expands on the 4 earlier teasers and makes the stakes much clearer. This is not simply another crossover. Doomsday is bringing together multiple generations of Marvel heroes, while introducing Dr. Doom as the new central threat capable of challenging the strongest characters in the franchise. And Doom's biggest moment proves that point. Thor charges at him with Stormbreaker and the full force of his lightning. But Victor raises one hand and stops him almost effortlessly. A glowing rune appears on Doom's gauntlet, suggesting that the MCU version will combine advanced technology with powerful magic, just like the character does in Marvel Comics. That single image may be the most important part of the trailer. Doom is not being presented as another armored villain. He is being introduced as someone who can overpower gods. His costume also looks surprisingly faithful. The green cloak, silver armor, hood, and metal mask feel much closer to the classic comic book design than previous live-action versions. Robert Downey Jr.'s eyes remain visible through the mask, allowing him to communicate emotion without constantly removing it. The result looks regal and dangerous. Still, not everyone was impressed by the trailer. Some viewers said the editing felt incomplete and lacked the emotional power of the first Infinity War and Endgame trailers. Others questioned the selection of X-Men characters and wondered whether they were chosen because the story genuinely needs them or simply because Marvel wanted another nostalgia moment. There were also complaints about the visual effects. Several action shots were compared unfavorably to Christopher Nolan's The Odyssey, with fans arguing that Nolan's practical scale made Doomsday look more artificial by comparison. A few viewers even claimed some shots looked AI-generated, although the trailer alone cannot confirm that. The timing makes those comparisons impossible to avoid. Avengers, Doomsday, and Dune Part 3 are both scheduled for December 18th, creating the so-called Doomsday battle. Right now, some fans appear more excited by Denis Villeneuve's return to Arrakis than Marvel's next Avengers event, but mixed trailer reactions do not automatically mean the movie is in trouble. Avengers remains one of the biggest brands in entertainment, and this is the first full Avengers reunion since Endgame in 2019. Millions of viewers will still show up to see these characters together again, especially with Downey returning in a completely different role. That casting remains the movie's biggest gamble. Downey built the MCU as Tony Stark. Now Marvel is asking audiences to accept him, Victor Von Doom, the villain threatening everything Iron Man helped create. If the film handles that emotional connection properly, it could become one of Marvel's smartest casting decisions. If it relies only on shock value, it could feel like a desperate attempt to recreate old excitement. The trailer wisely keeps much of the story hidden. We see major confrontations, returning heroes, and brief X-Men moments, but the exact structure remains unclear. Marvel wants viewers discussing timelines, variants, incursions, and whether this Doom has any connection to Tony Stark. What is already clear is that Doom will not be treated like the previous live-action versions. Toby Kebbell's 2015 interpretation moved far away from the comics, while Julian McMahon's version came closer, but still felt limited by the visual style of its era. Downey's Doom looks more armored, more royal, and far more powerful. The real challenge is not making him look impressive. It is giving him enough depth to justify bringing Downey back. Avengers, Doomsday arrives in theaters on December 18th. I want to know where you stand after this first trailer. Did Dr. Doom's reveal deliver, or did the footage feel weaker than the hype surrounding it? Either way, Marvel has finally shown its hand, and the next few months will reveal whether Doomsday can truly become the MCU event fans have been waiting 7 years to see.